Hello, it's me, Tanielle Jai. Welcome to the Tanielle Jai Colour Wardrobe, where I'm going to be talking through the Bronzour shade range. My first shade, because there's 7 shades, is the Iced Latte on the gorgeous Caitlin. Zoom in, doll, zoom in. Okay, so we have a fair olive. The reason why I created this shade, because selfishly, I am a fair olive naturally. I do have a fake tan on right now, but I always struggled to find a bronzer that I could wear when I was not fake tanned. So this has a yellow, almost greeny undertone, so it works perfectly for my girlies that have that yellow undertone in their skin. So if you traditionally find bronzers are too orange for you, too pinky peachy, this is going to be your shade. Especially for those as well, if you find that maybe your skin is quite pink naturally and you want to diffuse that, using something a little bit more green base is actually going to neutralize those pinky tones in your skin. However, if you're looking for more of a natural hue for those fair olive girlies, and I know you'll know who you are, this is going to be your shade. This is perfect. In my second shade, this is the shade Cappuccino on the gorgeous Sophie. How stunning. Beautiful. This shade is a light neutral, so the undertone is a bit different to your Iced Latte. Again, they are a similar tone, as in their depth of color is very similar, but the undertone leans a little bit more pinky peachy. This shade is for my dolls at home that have a bit more of a pinky peachy hue to their skin. Jacoa, who's behind the camera there, this was made for you, doll. It's made for my mum because she has that pinky peachy hue, and when she puts on traditional bronzers that are very warm in their undertone, like too warm for a fairer skin type, she just looks like very disconnected, her face to her body. So this is emulating that fair skin, sun-kissed, fresh pinky peachy kind of skin. It's almost a blushy kind of shade, so I actually love wearing this as like my blush, mixing it with my other colors as well. But this is for my fair, light neutral to warm skin undertones. Latte. This is my shade. I love this shade. This is a medium olive bronzer. So for anyone that doesn't want a bronzer that is too warm, that leans slightly cooler, this is a great bronzer. Now, if you are a warm undertone, you can still wear this. This is a really great shade for most medium skin tones, but if you just want something that just has that slight hint of green and a little bit ashy, this is great. I wanted to create a shade that was for my medium olive girlies. I have them all the time in my chair, and I always used to find bronzers were just slightly too orange and there was a disconnect between their face and body. Now, when you're looking at your undertone, if you come up a little bit green, again yellow, even a little bit bluish, generally it means that you're leaning a little bit cooler, a little bit more olive. So this shade's going to be really great. But I also love this for my warmer skin tones as well. If you find that you just don't want a bronzer that's super warm, this is going to be great for you too. So this is like an all-rounder. You can't lose with this shade. Get in there, babe. Look how hot she is, Christina. Now, also, Annalise, who's part of our campaign, she's also the Latte shade, as well as myself today. So let's go. We've got the Caramel Latte. This is your traditional bronzer. Okay, I had to have this in the range because I love a traditional bronzer. That's what made me fall in love with bronzer, is just your beautiful, warm, caramelly bronzer. This is the Caramel Latte. It is a classic warm bronzer, and some of my girlies that are olive skin tone or cooler in the skin just still love their warm bronzers. This is a great shade. I just think you're gonna love it. Okay, my next shade, look at how cute she is. This is the Macchiato. This is my tan olive. So as the skin gets deeper, sometimes I would find that my clients have a little bit more of an ashy skin tone. So again, as soon as you put anything red or warm, there's a disconnect between their face and body. So I felt like this shade was really necessary in the range because it has more of a brown kind of, again, olive base. So it does lean slightly cooler, and I'd probably say this is the most contour shade of the range. Even for my warm girls that love a little bit more of a contour kind of finish, this is going to be your shade. But for those that lean cooler, a little bit more olive, this is a really beautiful brown base bronzer. Come on in, Juha. You see her? How cute's Audrey? She's so cute. It's like a little Bambi. My next shade, this is Mocka. Now this is a tan warm shade. This has a red undertone, so it's very warm. It's going to add that super bronzed look. Now, even for, say, medium shades, you can dive into the Mocka. These bronzers are buildable, so don't feel like if it's medium, you have to stay there. If you like to be super tan, this is going to be a really great shade as well. But this has just got that nice warmth. And look at the gorgeous Tommy. I just think she's so cute. But it's got that beautiful sun-kissed glow. Okay, our last shade is the Espresso. Now this is a deep neutral, so it has a rich mahogany finish to it, and you can see on the beautiful enamel, it has got a reddy undertone, but again, as the skin gets deeper, we want a bit more mahogany, that deep bronzed kind of finish. This is a neutral undertone, so it kind of sits in the middle of that cool and warm for those deeper skin tones.